Hello and welcome back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project where I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jest, one page at a time, one day at a time. That's the conceit anyway. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that, but we do what we can here at Infinite Jeff Industries. This is page 454. Here we go. Hal hits a backhand down the line to Stice, while Coyle forehands it to Wayne, and then Wayne and Stice cross-court the balls back to Hal and Coyle, who have to switch sides without bashing into each other, and hit back down the line now to Wayne and Stice, respectively. Hal and Wayne amuse themselves by making their cross-court balls collide on every fifth exchange or so. This is known around ETA as atom smashing, and is understandably hard to do. And the collided balls sprang wildly out onto the other practice courts. And Rick Dunkel is less amused than Wayne and Hal are, so, nicely warm now and arms singing, they're shunted quickly onto the fourth court, volleys for depth, then for angle, then lobs and overheads, which latter drill can be converted into a disciplinary puker if a pro-rector is feeding you the lobs. The overheads drill called tap and whack. Hal pedals back, terribly ankle conscious, jumps, kicks out, nails Stice's lob, then has to sprint up and tap the net's tape with his Dunlop head as Stice lobs deep again, and Hal has to backpedal again and jump and kick and hit it, and so on. Then Hal and Coyle, both sucking wind after 20 and trying to stand up straight, feed lobs to Wayne and Stice, neither of whom is fatigable as far as anyone can tell. You have to kick out on overheads to keep your balance in the air. Overhead, Shit uses an unamplified bullhorn and careful enunciation to call out for everyone to hear that Mr. Revenant Hal Incandenza was letting the ball get the little much behind him on overheads. Fears of the ankle, maybe. Hal raises his stick in acknowledgement without looking up. To hang in past age 14 here is to become immune to humiliation from staff. Coyle tells Hal, between the lobs they send up, he'd love to see Shit have to do 20 tap and whacks in a row. They're all flushed to a shine, all chill washed off, noses running freely and heads squeaking with blood, the sun well above the sea's dull glint and starting to melt the frozen slush from I-Day's snow, and rain that nice custodians had swept into little wedged lines up against the lengthwise fences, which grimy wedges are now starting to melt and run. There's still no movement in the Sunstrand stack's plumes. The watching pro-rectors stand easy with their legs apart and their arms crossed over their rackets' faces. The same 3 or 4 booger-shaped clouds seem to pass back and forth overhead, and when they cover the sun, people's breath reappears. Stice blows on his racket hand and cries out thinly for the inflation of the lung. Mr. A.F. DeLint ranges from behind the fence with his clipboard and whistle, blowing his nose. The girls behind him are too bundled up to be worth watching, their hair rubber-banded into little bouncing tails. Fifth court. Serves to both corners of both boxes, catching each other's serves and serving them back. First serves, second serves, slice serves, shank serves, and back-snapping American twist that Stice begs off of, telling the pro-rector, Neil Hartigan, who's 2 meters tall and of so few words everybody fears him by default, he's having lower spasms from a misposition. And we end page 454 on a hyphen. So, yeah. Have a good night.